Welcome to Wise Beyond Bitcoin, where you come for blockchain analysis, education, and opportunities. My name is Lucas.
And my name is Ryan.
And we've got a lot to talk about as far as recent live updated news, bullish news. Of course, we like to start with the market update and talk about the response that's happening. So without further ado, let's use our trusty, useful of the many metrics and links on our website, still under construction, of course, and check out how the market is responding.
It's nice to see some green after a few days of correcting in red, right?
Absolutely.
Nice change.
And I mean, look, Bitcoin 5%, Ethereum over 5%, the two largest market cap cryptos. When you see that kind of movement, that's definitely a strong response. That's definitely a bullish signal, would you say?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's broadly, I mean, other than Hex and a few others, it seems to be broadly shared.
Well, Hex of all the cryptos seems almost to be on a life of its own. It's outperformed almost, well, every crypto in the last couple of years, but it's done very well in bear markets. So it's correcting now is no surprise. We see Luna over at 13%. In fact, a quick trick, if you ever want to check out and see how the blockchain cryptos are doing by market cap, you could go to coinpaprika.com, coinmarketcap.com. We like to use nomics.com, though we list them all. A little trick you can do is you come over and you click on the one-day change, and it will show you by the greatest movement in the last 24 hours. And if you click it again, of course, you can see what are the worst performing in the last 24 hours. All you have to do is click right here at the top, and you've got a nice.
No surprise, DYDX has done so well in the last few days that there's some profit taking happening there.
Oh yeah, exactly. And overall, why do I like to do that? I like to see what kind of projects are doing well. Are we seeing longer term, stronger projects doing well? Or are we seeing new projects that have smaller market caps pumping? And, or do you see a mix and the whole market seems to be pumping together here? A lot of strong projects that we talk about. If you want to be abreast of some of the technical how-tos, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will be dropping more vids on how to use crypto wallets and get involved in DeFi. And of course, our teammate Jacob, who's not here right now, will walk you through NFTs. But yeah, this is just the market's doing well right now. Of course, let's get right on to why is the market doing well.
Let's talk about that. So there's been some updates we should talk about. Congress has passed a bill which is going to avert this coming shutdown that I think the day was today with this night. Tonight at midnight was the deadline. So they got the bill passed. The Senate had some kind of a compromise, and then the House voted to pass it. So this approves the bill, goes to Biden's desk, and this should be bullish for markets in general. There's really another issue though that they haven't solved yet, and they have till October 18th, and that's the budget, the debt limit. I'm sorry, the debt limit has to be raised, and if we don't, essentially we're going to go beyond it, and that's not possible. So they have to legally raise the debt limit. And that's coming on the 18th. But this is a partial win, but it's big because this is the first step to keeping the economy, the government open, and which is very important, because if the government were to shut down, what happens is there's a lot of payments, whether it's to government employers or contractors or soldiers, or fill in the blank, that those payments just don't go out, and that has real adverse consequences for spending and aggregate demand and ultimately economic growth. So the markets have not responded because the traditional markets have not responded because it's closed, they're closed and they don't open, but the crypto markets are definitely happy about this. And the word came out that there was an agreement in the works and potentially was going to be passed today. The word came out last night, and if you look at the crypto charts, it does seem to be that there was a sort of a correlation between that news hitting that a deal was at hand, and then you see the green candles happening. So there's definitely a reaction that we're seeing here.
Like you said, it's a step in the right direction, but we look for long-term fundamentals and we don't promote trading. Do what you want to do. But as far as long-term news fundamentals, this is good news. It's a step in the right direction. Of course, what we see in crypto is 1 minute it's green, and the next minute it's red. 1 week things are looking good, the next week. So let's stay tuned and see what October 18th holds, because we need that debt ceiling to be raised to keep the spigot flowing. That
we all know how important that is.
The crypto markets will not grow without more money being printed and funneled into those markets.
Yeah, well, let's go over that real quick. Not to get too deep into it, but yeah, there does seem to be the fact that dollar weakness or a weakening dollar is sort of a precondition for an expanding crypto value, market cap. That'd be the way to say it. And it's really because crypto is seen as an alternative to the standard fiat system. And then as the fiat system weakens, it makes the case for crypto even stronger. And the reverse happens as the dollar strengthens, the use case of crypto is somewhat undermined. And it also brings some of the investment back into the dollar based assets because they start to do good and perform well. And that's what people are used to. So it's not hard to get attention on those when they start pumping. So yeah, but moving on, there's more good news to talk about. Today, the head of the Fed was in a hearing at the House of Representatives. And so Jerome Powell, and he was asked about comments that he had made at a previous time. And he had said, this is quoting him from July, Powell said, you wouldn't need stable coins, you wouldn't need cryptocurrencies if you had a digital US currency. And so in this hearing, he was pressed on that. And he was asked specifically, is it his intention to ban or limit cryptocurrencies in the sense the way that they're doing in China? And he said explicitly no, that he had no intention to ban them. So if, in terms of looking at the regulatory system and the regulatory risks that are facing crypto markets, this definitely seems to be a, somewhat of a bullish statement. It definitely brings some certainty, more than we had before, in terms of what was intended. What is the Federal Reserve? What does the Fed intend? The SEC and other institutions, and the IRS, they could have their own intentions, but at least from a Federal Reserve position, this seems to be bullish.
And there are always different factors at play. Some bullish factors, there are some bearish factors. Which ones are, have more influence is kind of the name of the game. And when you hear all this news about China banning this, banning that, and all this bearish news, it's fun. It's interesting to see how the US is picking up the slack. Now, where Jerome Powell in the past, people thought, oh, there's a move for the US to ban Bitcoin. Now it's clarified, no, there's no intention of banning at all. And we see kind of the bullish news from the US, not just from Jerome Powell, but also with the whole US economy being able to have the bill passed and possibly with the debt ceiling being raised, the flow continuing. I love the narrative also, how the US really brings this free market approach. The US has always been known for capitalism and for being a place for people to experiment and create and innovate. And what is blockchain and Bitcoin but a place of experimentation and innovation for how we can communicate and allocate resources, right? So it's interesting to see how the US is picking up the slack, and we see this bullish news coming from Jerome Powell. I'm curious to see how it continues. I myself, as you know, I think that the stable coins could be in the future one of the best strong points for the US. I think that it's this. I think it's a great tool. The fact that stable coins, US Tether, USDC, DAI, all of these stable coins based not. I mean, there are euro, there are others that are coming about, but the dollar stable coin predominantly is the stable coin that creates this massive liquidity on the largest exchanges. And that is a very, that's a beautiful strength if the US continues to be a place of promoting blockchain and innovation and these various cryptocurrencies, where there used to be that world reserve currency demand on the oil sector side, which we see as kind of decoupling, to see a worldwide
Maybe a replacement for that. Yeah.
in many ways. So that's just a long-term kind of perspective view on it, but it's nice. It's always nice. It feels like a win when we hear bullish news coming from the mouths of those people in positions from the US, because it shows a support for
oh, it's funny because
progress.
the United States is in a very antagonistic relationship with China. So if China banning or heavily regulating crypto pushes the US to be more free and open about it, then that's all for the best. And we can almost encourage China to issue more draconian announcements, right? Because that will potentially throw the whole ball into the United States, towards the West, right, where this market can develop and evolve and grow. With that'd be fantastic if that's the way it goes. So.
And there will be more news. And if you want to be caught up on the latest and the greatest, don't forget, hit the notification bell, subscribe. We appreciate a comment or a thumbs up, both. And yeah, we look forward to promoting more content. We also have our live streams once a week, every Monday at the moment. And what else? Anything else you want to throw in there, Ryan?
No, I think that's about it. We're going to start creating more small, short videos like this. So, like and subscribe if this is your thing.
Yep, definitely. All right. And until the next time, have a beautiful day and namaste.